Imagine spending your entire life honing your craft, only to wake up one day and see a machine perfectly clone your artistic style in just 3 short seconds. This is not science fiction, but the harsh reality that millions of content creators are facing as the era of artificial intelligence explodes worldwide. Generative AI models do not just become smart overnight. They are fed by consuming billions of images, articles, and lines of source code from all over the internet, almost never asking for the original author's permission. An unprecedented legal question arises: who owns the intellectual property when machines learn by themselves? Welcome to the new world, where the line between technological learning and intellectual property theft is blurrier than ever. We are standing on the brink of a total restructuring of the global creative economy, where human value is severely challenged by optimization algorithms. In today's deep dive analysis, we will unpack the entire truth behind machine learning algorithms, the multi-million-dollar lawsuits shaking Silicon Valley, and most importantly, the solutions to help you protect your brainpower before it is too late. Let us explore every angle thoroughly. This battle is not just for digital artists or writers. It directly affects every internet user, how we share information, and how the law defines what constitutes original creation in the 21st century. Fasten your seatbelts, because this story is far more complex than you think. It all began when generative AI tools for images and text became widely accessible. Users only need to type a few simple prompts to get a complete piece of art. But has anyone wondered where the training images came from? They were taken for free from your very own hard work. The technical term for this process is data scraping. Automated bots crawl through billions of websites, downloading every photo and article without distinguishing whether the work is protected by copyright or not. To tech companies, the internet is simply a free gold mine. One of the most famous datasets is LAION5B, containing over 5 billion image links used to train today's most popular AI models. Inside that massive dataset lies your artwork, your personal photos, and even sensitive medical records that were never meant to be publicly shared. This has sparked absolute outrage within the freelance artist community. They feel openly stripped of their intellectual property without any right to opt out or demand financial compensation. It is a highly sophisticated and ruthless new form of technological exploitation. Tech corporations defend themselves using the legal doctrine of fair use. They argue that data collection is merely for machine learning, not direct copying for retail. But does this argument hold water when the AI's final output directly competes with the original creators themselves? This legal ambiguity has created a massive power vacuum. Current copyright laws in most countries were built in the last century, completely unprepared to deal with algorithms capable of analyzing and synthesizing millions of data points in the blink of an eye. As tech companies sell AI subscription plans for tens of dollars a month, they are directly monetizing the vast pool of knowledge accumulated by humanity. Yet that money flows straight into the pockets of tech shareholders, completely bypassing the actual creators of the raw materials. Many argue that AI is simply learning the way a human visits a museum and paints their own version. But there is a fundamental difference: humans are limited by time, energy, and biological memory. An AI can study millions of paintings in an hour and replicate them with absolute precision. Deep learning models operate much like a giant kitchen blender. It crushes the styles, brushstrokes, and color palettes of thousands of different artists, mixing them up through complex probabilistic calculations to yield a brand new product. Is this blended output truly independent creation? The economic consequences for freelance artists are painfully clear. Commissions are plunging, the value of creative labor is being severely devalued, and many are forced to abandon their lifelong passions because they simply cannot compete with the speed and zero cost of AI tools. To understand deeper, we must unveil the mystery inside the algorithmic black box. When an AI model is trained, it does not store the original image files. Instead, it converts all information into mathematical weights, forming a massive numerical matrix that simulates human cognition. Technically, AI does not understand the concept of copyright. It only understands probability. When you ask it to draw a cat, the algorithm calculates which pixel is most likely to appear next to another based on the millions of cat photos it has analyzed in the past. Because it does not store direct copies, tech lawyers confidently claim their outputs are entirely transformative works rather than direct copyright infringement. This subtle technical distinction has been an incredibly solid shield protecting them for years. But that shield is starting to develop serious cracks. Look at the shocking lawsuit between Getty Images and Stability AI. Getty accuses Stability of using over 12 million copyrighted images without authorization to train Stable Diffusion, paying absolutely nothing. The smoking gun was that many AI-generated images still featured a distorted, warped version of the Getty Images watermark in the corner. This undeniably proves that the algorithm directly ingested and clumsily reassembled Getty's proprietary data. Not stopping at images, the journalism sector also erupted into warfare when the New York Times officially sued OpenAI and Microsoft. They argue that large language models have copied millions of their proprietary articles to train commercial chatbots. When users can easily ask ChatGPT to summarize or display the full content of an in-depth article without paying for a subscription, traditional newspapers' revenue is strangled. This represents an existential threat to quality independent journalism. This legal warfare is not confined to the United States. Europe, Asia, and other regions are actively drafting new legislation to tighten regulations on AI training data. Reaching a global consensus is incredibly difficult because economic interests differ so widely. We must clearly distinguish between two concepts, public data and freely shared common data. Just because something is accessible on the internet does not mean anyone has the right to take it for commercialization without the author's consent. Art is not just a random arrangement of pixels or words. It contains the soul, life experiences, pain, and happiness of a human being. This is something that no mathematical algorithm can ever truly understand or experience. Because of that sacred emotional value, our laws must evolve rapidly to protect human creators from being overshadowed by machines. We cannot allow human creativity to be monopolized by a few tech corporations holding massive supercomputers. But how do we balance technological innovation with the legitimate rights of authors? Banning AI progress completely is unrealistic and goes against historical progress. The only solution is to build a collaborative model that benefits both sides. The first model being implemented is opt-in data licensing. Instead of stealthy scraping, AI companies like Adobe are proactively paying creators to license their images to train models like Firefly in a completely transparent manner. This is a step in the right direction toward respecting human intellect. When artists are given the power to opt in or opt out of contributing training data to AI, their autonomy is restored, and the value of creative labor is properly recognized. Alongside legal solutions, technological self-defense tools are rising rapidly. Glaze, developed by the University of Chicago, subtly alters pixels in ways invisible to humans, completely confusing AI algorithms and preventing style cloning. An even more powerful tool is Nightshade, acting as a form of data poison. When AI sweeps up images tagged with Nightshade, it damages the model's analytical capabilities, making the AI output completely distorted and erroneous images. These are powerful countermeasures by the creative community to defend their work from uncontrolled exploitation. It demonstrates that humans are not helpless and can indeed engineer effective technical boundaries for self-protection. So, what should independent creators do to survive and thrive during this chaotic era? The key lies in building a strong personal brand and connecting deeply with your loyal community of fans. AI can replicate style, but it can never clone the profound connection between human beings. True fans do not just pay for a static image, they invest in your personal life story, your journey, and your authentic emotional depth. Actively share your real-world creative workflow, host interactive live streams, and share the exciting behind-the-scenes stories of your craft. Turn the human creative journey into an irreplaceable experience that no AI can emulate. On the legislative front, the European Union's AI Act stands out as a major milestone, forcing tech companies to fully disclose the exact training datasets used. This provides a robust legal foundation for creators to reclaim their rights. Once transparency is secured, we will witness the rise of micropayment systems. Every time a user generates an AI work inspired by your style, you will automatically receive a micro-royalty fee from that platform. Although current lawsuits are costly and time-consuming, they are the vital stepping stones laying the foundation for a more balanced legal order. This battle is unavoidable, and victory will belong to those who unite to fight. Technological evolution is inevitable, but its direction depends entirely on our choices. AI should act as an empowering assistant to liberate labor, rather than being allowed to become a blatant pirate of human intellectual assets. Always take pride in your unique creativity. Those minor imperfections, organic brushstrokes, and genuine human emotions are what make up the soul of real art, which no sterile mathematical algorithm can ever fully replicate. Instead of fearing or extremely opposing technology, let us learn to master these new tools to elevate our own work. When humans control technology, our creative capacity multiplies manifold rather than being extinguished or lost. Education and raising public awareness also play a pivotal role. Consumers must understand the value of handcrafted work, actively supporting and honoring original creations instead of over-relying on fast food AI-cloned outputs. Start with your smallest actions, respect the copyright of others, share messages protecting genuine art, and speak out against the non-transparent data mining exploitation of big tech platforms. The copyright war in the AI era will undoubtedly last for years to come. It is a long journey of negotiations and difficult struggles to find a balance between endless technological advancement and core human values. However, we have every reason to believe in a better future. A future where machines only serve as tools, and humans remain at the heart of all unique creations. Protecting brainpower today shapes the future of our civilization tomorrow. If you found today's in-depth analysis helpful, please hit the like button to help the YouTube algorithm spread this message to more people. Your active support is invaluable motivation for the channel to continue producing high-quality content. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell next to it so you never miss upcoming episodes in our dramatic series uncovering the worlds of finance and technology. Always be the first to stay informed. And what do you think about the future of copyright in the AI era? Should tech corporations pay full licensing fees, or must artists learn to adapt themselves? Share your objective thoughts in the comments section below. I have prepared 2 highly engaging video recommendations displayed right on your screen to help you continue exploring fascinating economic mysteries. Click on them right now to join us further in this journey of discovery. Thank you so much for accompanying Alex Lab until the very end of this video. May you always keep the fire of creative passion burning and achieve brilliant success. See you in the next videos. Goodbye.